Spend a quiet minute watching your mind, and something odd becomes obvious. Thoughts just appear. You do not schedule them, you do not vote on them, you do not approve them before they arrive. They show up, fully formed, like a notification you never subscribed to, a memory, a worry, a random song lyric from 1987. And yet we walk around saying, my thoughts, my ideas, my decisions, as if we handcrafted each one. Neuroscience has been gently poking this story for a while. Some well-known experiments suggest the brain begins preparing an action before we are consciously aware of choosing it. In simple language, the brain starts moving, then the mind claims authorship. That can feel unsettling at first. People hear this and think, so I'm a robot. Nothing is real. Free will is dead. But that leap is too dramatic. Human choice still matters, but it may not start where we assume. A quieter takeaway is this. Much of what arises in the mind is automatic, patterned, conditioned by biology and experience. Just like your heart beats without consulting you, your mind produces thoughts without asking permission. The strange part is not that thoughts appear, it is how quickly we treat them as truth. A thought says, this will never work, and we feel defeat. A thought says, they don't respect me, and we feel anger. A thought says, I should be further along in life, and we feel behind. But a thought is just a mental event, not a command, not a fact, not a prophecy, just an appearance in awareness. Here is where philosophy and mindfulness quietly shake hands. If you are not manufacturing every thought, then maybe your role is not the one doing the thinking. Maybe your role is observer, editor, gatekeeper. You cannot always stop a thought from appearing, but you can notice it, question it, decline to build a life around it. That small shift is powerful, because suffering often comes less from thoughts themselves and more from believing every one of them. We treat the mind like a truth machine when it is really more like a suggestion machine. Sometimes brilliant, sometimes ridiculous, often repetitive. Originality may not come from trying harder to think. It may come from creating space. When the mind is less crowded, less defended, less desperate to be right, new connections form. Insights appear, not because you forced them, but because you loosened your grip on the mental noise. Maybe you do not think your thoughts. Maybe you meet them. And maybe a little freedom begins there, in the simple act of noticing, without immediately agreeing. No need to turn this into a belief system or a spiritual badge, just something to observe in your own experience. Watch your next thought arrive. You didn't order it, but there it is. Interesting, isn't it? Like what you heard, then subscribe to this channel. You can also find me at justbreathe.ghost.io. Mindfulness reminds us to question everything, because you never know what script you might be running. Always remember to just breathe.